it's come up in conversations. The reason it's topical, it's come up in conversations recently as I've been asked to do a number of different digital events for people. I'm looking at how we do different things, whether it be our IMTS network, things that we're doing with Spark, things that we do kind of with our international centers, just different things relative to how we run and what we do at AMT. And people ask, well, like, what's the fundamentals? How do you focus? Like, what's the key things that drive you? And so when talking about like how we do it, is we try not to make it too overly complicated. So the way we look at it, and all of our folks at AMT are, we look at it from the standpoint of people who want to be working with AMT, members that want to be part of AMT, anyone that owns a business. There's just really two things at the end of the day they care about. Having run businesses most of my life, it's making your sales go up, your costs go down. And it's pretty simple. That's it. No matter what you say, no matter how you say, there's, we do it for this or we do it for that. When you dissect those different pieces, at some point you get back to you're doing those other things because you're either trying to make your sales go up, your costs go down. And so when we look at that as the main things anybody that's running a business care about, we then try to figure out what are the products and services that we can provide that bring you the most value that would drive one of those two things. And so our main focus of things that will do that for people, we break into two main categories. We say, look, if we're able to provide you industry intelligence, if we were to provide you really good information about markets, about products, about competitors, about the landscape, metrics about kind of where you fit and what's happening in the industry, forecasts as to where things are going. People will use, people will find, and people will, become members, join the organization to be able to get those things. So industry intelligence. The other thing is market access. You want to be able to approach and get to a market. So getting access to a market. So whether that be global tech centers around the world for breaking into spaces you've never been in before, or if it's, running the biggest manufacturing technology event in the hemisphere, IMTS, where you can create an event, you can bring people to an event that's so massive that it creates unique opportunities, for members, and trying to do the same thing at pavilions at those different markets around the world, and also help when it comes to that at the end of the day. So, do we do other things? Well, of course we do. We create all kinds of networking opportunities. We're doing a lot of things in the technology infrastructure around the United States and belonging to key organizations, key groups, working with government agencies and labs. And of course we're doing that. Of course we do smart force and workforce development things and advocacy and driving things on capital that people need. And again, we're not saying those things are less important. We just say, look, the trickle down of the pyramid, kind of what people would pay to be a member for, where we can give them value and feel them that they've got really good value for their money, really starts in one of those first two camps of either industry intelligence or market access. Then the reality after that is once you're in and you got your good value, to belong to a community, to a group of peers, again, the manufacturing technology community where you can network with and do things to drive advocacy, to do things with the workforce, to be able to build out what happens in technology, belong to a TIC committee or help evolve something like an MT Connect. Those are great and additional things you also need to drive a really great total biosphere around manufacturing technology, the community that we live in. We also have to make it something that is affordable and useful for you at the end of the day, which is why we start on, you think about sales and costs at the end of the day being the two big drivers. We try to think of that too, then giving you the things that will help you do that with your businesses. So that's a little quick kind of thing when people are asking how the gears work in my brain when I try to figure out how we do what we do to deliver things that hopefully create the most value and have people leverage the products and services at AMT in such a way as to dynamically, hopefully positively affect what they do with their business and where they're going. That's how we think, and that's what we do. So I hope that's helpful. It'll give you some perspective, and we'll be back at it again. Catch you later this week on Thursday and talk to you about a few cool technology things that are popping up that I also think you'll get a kick out of. So have a great evening. We'll catch you later this week.